When I had just turned 23 years old, I visited Haiti for the first time, and it was quite the culture shock from this boy from New York City. The experience of my first contact with the home of my ancestors made it all quite a heady experience. So I, of course, knew and learned again that the very first European settlers to land in Haiti, since then, the rape of the land, not to mention humans, has always been the rule of law in the land. But the land has always given fruit. Even when it seems the land can no longer give a thing, even today, it still produces against all odds. To this day, people go to Haiti with dreams of sugar plums dancing in their heads, and the concentration of wealth in the hands of a small, tiny minority to the exclusion of all others keeps Haiti enslaved. When Aristide was elected and put forth proposals for raising the minimum wage, public free education for the masses of the Haitian people, and redistribution of land, resources, and wealth from the elite, where 1% of the population controls nearly 80% of the country's land, resources, and wealth, his days were numbered. Capitalism is not about the redistribution of wealth from the rich to the poor, is it? There are two dynamics that are most reprehensible in Haiti. First, Haiti's elite intrinsically feels that the black, illiterate peasantry has no right to any redistribution of wealth from the elite class, and that includes any taxes that the elite might have to pay. Might pay, because it's a well-known fact that most of the elite in Haiti evades paying taxes. Second, Aristide's or any president's determination to implement policies that are amazingly similar to what is called for in our own party's manifesto, Regina Manifesto, certainly leads to the imperialist powers whisking that president out of the country before, and especially in Aristide's case, before the elite could organize the posse to assassinate him. They whisked Aristide out because assassinating Aristide certainly would have led to a major bloodbath, which is how popular Aristide was and still is. The occupation of Haiti has basically filled an imperialist vacuum that occurred because of Aristide's dismantling of the Haitian army. The army of Haiti historically has been the tool of domestic repression of popular dissent. With no army, and the Haitian police in tatters because the government had no money to pay the police officers, not to mention the corrupting of Haitian police by the elite. The UN occupying force today plays the role of the army to control domestic dissent, with all the accompanying scandals, corruption, and abuse of power that comes with occupying a people and country. The occupation of Haiti is the story of Haiti's colonial heritage, and this is where I'll just go into history to talk about the colonial heritage in Haiti. Under the 1915 occupation of Haiti, as my father pointed out to me so many times, the United States was heavily involved in funding and supporting civil engineering projects and infrastructure such as roads and, yes, clinics, and, holy cow, even schools. Somehow that occupation back then required some sort of compensation. Nothing could excuse the occupation, of course. The current occupation of Haiti by the United Nations is an occupation of a sovereign country to keep the people in check. The occupation of Haiti in 1915 was an occupation of a sovereign country in order to control trade and trade routes. And bear with me. International commerce in Haiti at the turn of the last century was mainly between the commercial southern port city of Jacmel, where my parents hail from, and Europe, not the United States. The Austro-Hungarian Empire had been dealing with Haiti following the Prussian victory over France, so since 1870. Wars at that time always led to treaties that established which victorious colonial, rhymes with criminal, nation got the best trade routes and territories. If there are many Haitians with German names in Haiti today, one need only remember or know our history. They usually come from the south of the country, notably Jacmel. My own father's name was Edvard, not Edouard or Edward. And the Jacmelian elite was not making its money with the Americans at that time. They were enriching themselves mainly through trade, legal and illegal, with the Austrian Empire and the German Reich. All my uncles, who were born in the early 20th century, were a family of merchants and therefore were fluent in French, Creole, German, and English in that order. My theory of the American occupation of Haiti in 1915, 2 years prior to America entering that great conflict, remains that commercial and trade routes were the immediate American interests in occupying Haiti in 1915, 1 year following the outbreak of World War II. Ships usually came from Europe, and their first stop on the way to Colombia, Venezuela, Chile, and Argentina was Jacmel, which was a natural port on the Caribbean Sea facing Colombia. By 1915, the Americans needed to control that, especially since it seemed that the British, the French, and the Germans were in for an awful, bloody, and exhaustive slugfest. With the American occupation of Haiti from 1915 to 1934, those 19 years were a stain on Haiti's sovereignty, it is true. But the occupation then cannot be compared to the United Nations occupation of Haiti today. Although rife with internal civil strife at the time, nothing new since independence, I believe that the 1915 occupation was more commercially based. Somehow back then Haiti was richer, it had more power, it had a larger, more educated, and even liberal elite. And back in Europe, though it was thoroughly defeated after World War I, Germany was surprisingly back on the international stage and at full strength by the mid-1930s. Again, bear with me. Jacmel was probably quite supportive of restoring and increasing commerce between the Third Reich and Haiti. This would require some research, but it's all there. Trade statistics do tell great stories. America nevertheless decided in 1934 to withdraw from Haiti. I would give much to get my hands on the cables between the U.S. ambassador and the State Department leading up to and following the American withdrawal at the time. Surely in public, the Americans claimed that Haiti was stable enough to be left alone. The capitalist fascists, however, were increasingly powerful and present not only in Haiti, but throughout Latin and South America, as well as in the United States. Need I mention the names Charles Lindbergh or Henry Ford? Certainly the Germans were quite happy that trade with Haiti would once again allow the fatherland, Germany, to trade and solidify ties not only with Haiti, but with the rest of South America as well. Remember that Goering, the son of a petty bourgeois diplomat in Germany, was born in Haiti. By 1939, extensive contracts for trade through Haiti had been negotiated between South America and Germany, which by then constituted practically the former Austro-Hungarian Empire. My maternal uncle's fluency in Germany certainly helped him achieve those contracts. This information was given me not too many years ago by another uncle who was then Aristide's first ambassador to Canada. Some of you might remember Emmanuel Ambroise. He wanted me to have that information. I had always been vaguely aware of it, of course, but the information re-sparked my interest, and I was intrigued. I connected all the dots, and it finally became clear to me that, of course, it simply made sense that the United States occupation of Haiti, and then, with the United States' defeat of Germany in World War II, the United States came to completely dominate the commercial as well as the political landscape, not only of Haiti, but by extension the rest of Latin America and South America. Now, I could give another talk about how fascism almost won the fight in 1939 and 1940, and how many industrialists and financiers, including my uncle, who had negotiated those lucrative contracts, had not banked on the United States entering the war. It didn't really enter that war until early 1942, though it was attacked in December 41. The world would have been a very different place by today if Hitler had been allowed to completely defeat the Bolsheviks in Russia and establish fascist capitalism throughout Europe, and yes, with a collaborationist United States, where fascism had become dangerously close to taking over. If Wendell Willkie had won the U.S. presidential election in 1940 and not Franklin Roosevelt...
Excuse me, I'll be right back. I have to make a speech next door.
I am convinced that if he had won the election then, Hitler would have had free reign in Europe. The Republican Willkie's policies were totally isolationist and especially capitalist, very similar to the future Republican presidents Nixon, Reagan, Bush Sr., and Bush Jr. But we all know what happened and how the Second World War ended. After World War II, there was a brief rise of the left. Throughout the world, there was agitation for liberation and emancipation from colonialist bondage. Haiti was already independent, but Jamaica was not. India was not, most of Africa was not on the rise. Never as much as since World War II. We're back right where we started from.